Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the American Lock ASK8 service kit. This is a pinning kit. It's really a service kit. It's more than a pinning kit because it has service parts in it as well. Now, I don't service padlocks, even though, you know, everyone's padlock, at least once I've taken apart, whether it be Best, you know, or Master or American, to be able to demonstrate how a cylinder is installed or how you change a shackle. You know, there's only so many parts in those things, whether they be key retaining or non-key retaining. But I don't service them, so I don't own this kit. But if you're looking at this video, you're probably considering owning the kit, and this video is going to serve as visual evidence of what's involved. So there are images down below that show everything that's included here. You can obviously pause this video and check that out. Let's take it apart, and I will not pretend that I'm an expert at all when it comes to servicing padlocks, except that, you know, they're like other locks in the sense that they're not difficult to service. So here it is. And again, there are images. You've got, you know, cylinder plugs down there. The top two rows are obviously different size pins, different types of pins. Unfortunately, they don't indicate in the lid here what's included. Oh wait, I bet they do. Yes, of course they do. They have to. Right there. We'll have an image below as well to all of this, so that is really nice. I didn't see it sitting there. Every other pin kit that I own obviously has something up under the lid. Not only a description of what pins that you have in play, and by the way, nice heavy-duty hinges on the back. Okay. What pins are involved in the kit, and then some information in terms of how to go about servicing the material. It's easy to, and I have repinned these locks. They're easy to do. You know, it's like anything else the first time you do it. If you're like me, you do it the exact opposite way of how it should be done that first time. An old trick that I was told about, from a long-time locksmith, a guy who's been doing it for decades. At his workbench, he has a cloth that is basically stapled somehow to the workbench, and it lays over his lap. Because that first time I repinned one of these locks, I turned the key 180 degrees, realizing, when you turn the entire shell over, that's where you load the pin. So obviously they all came down. I was able to find all of them, but who hasn't scrambled on the floor looking for a pin? I don't have this service kit. I needed to find that pin because I just needed to put it back together. Anyway, so little tangent there, I apologize. I'll show you where the technical manual is. I believe I have it on the website for this as well. So neat. You'll be able to study down below. Obviously there's going to be all of the bottom pins necessary from 1 to 8, master pins, security nuts, cylinder cover plates, retainers, snap rings, and then your plug follower, and that's what's on the outside here. Your plug follower. Okay. Let's switch to the screen view and let me show you some of the supporting resources for this manufacturer.
If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
All right, here is our description of this. There's not much to say here at all. Service kit pin tumbler. Let's click on the link below this video here to the manufacturer's page. And when we pull that up, we're going to be able to take a look at all of the American Lock products we have by means of this horizontal navigation, a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to American Lock Service Manual. Before we do that, I did notice that we've got a catalog from 1958 here. I do have a hobby where I collect old catalogs and I get them scanned and uploaded to the site. I didn't know I had a 60-plus-year-old American Lock padlock catalog here. Nice to be able to go back in time. That's for sure. I can tell you that when it comes to other manufacturers, Corbin, Yale, Sargent, Rixson, Schlage, if you look in those manufacturers' pages, I have some really great old catalogs scanned in there as well. That's funny. I went to high school in the 1980s, and that lock has not changed. The part number may have changed, but the lock hasn't changed. Chicago, 1145 West Garfield. Yep, that part of Chicago, and much earlier, decades prior to that as well, had a lot of manufacturing. Okay, so the archival catalog aside, let's look at the lock manual. So ASK8, when I search that, it does not come up at all. Service, parts, kits, service kit on page 35. Yeah, it's ASK-8. So here is, and this is linked to down below as a cut sheet, but it shows you everything. 100 each of the bottom pins, 100 each of the masters, 100 each of driver pins, driver springs, ball bearings for use in different padlocks, security screws and nuts, and other parts, as you can see here. Okay, so pretty handy. It's going to tell you everything that's in here. Now this manual is everything that, to my knowledge, is published about the servicing of American lock hardware. Now, not everything, I would imagine, is in here, but we're very grateful for what the factories do indeed publish, because there are times you just need to see what it's supposed to look like. At least I do. Non-key retaining, and I would imagine that means key retaining. As you scroll through, lots of different items. The big giant hockey puck padlock is here. Your series may or may not be in here. I imagine that it probably is. So that's pretty handy. Obviously, those part numbers, depending on what padlock you're servicing, you should be able to pick up those serviceable part numbers in this book as well. Yeah, and that's what happened to me. I turned that cylinder 180 degrees and all my pins fell. First and last time I made that mistake, but they're really easy to combine. You know, it's a pin tumbler cylinder is the bottom line. Just smaller diameter pins. American Lock's own system. I'm not familiar. I don't know if it's one-step or two-step. I would imagine it's two-step, because there are, 8 different, depths. I wouldn't think it's one-step. But it could be. I just don't know. I don't have a depth and spacing chart for this. Actually, I might. HPC. Let's get to the manufacturer's page for HPC. And let's click on depth and spacing, DSD by manufacturer. Let's type in American. American Motors, American Padlock. I would imagine. American Unk pin. This could be it as well. So we have our spacing. We have our depths. 12, 16,000. Yeah, this has got to be a two-step system because these depths are just too close to each other. I think 23 thousandths is the cutoff, and this appears to be 15 thousandths. 175, 190. Well, that's... anyway, very, very close, obviously. So I'd say this is a two-step system. So there you go. That will allow you to be able to, with confidence, master key your pin tumbler cylinders in these locks, etc. So the document's pretty handy. Wanted to show that to you. All right, let's wrap up this video on camera. But before we do that, let's take a look at some photos we have of the kit. These are all down below, showing you what's included on the outside of the box, the part number, the plug follower, the kit itself, open. Obviously, these are self-explanatory. Now, let's take a look at nice view of the kit, and then the underside of the lid images. That's the top of it, and that's what's in the kit. So it's all there for your review. You buy something like this, and it will be something you use for your entire career. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you are enjoying this video, please click thumbs up or like, and also please consider subscribing to our channel. Let's move on to the rest of the video. Okay, in conclusion, if you have any questions on the ASK8 service kit for American Lock or any other American Lock product, please feel free to reach out to us. I can't say that I've had a lot of contact with American Lock, but on one or two occasions when I've called them because I needed help, they were very, very good when it comes to technical support on the telephone. They're doing more than just padlocks in the sense that they are a pillar or a column within the greater world of locksmithing, and their approach to the technical document, a service kit, and how detailed it is part and parcel, is actually proof of that. Any questions on the ASK8 service kit by American or any other American Lock product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.
Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.